Okay, Kyle, what do you got?
All right. You win a bag of Hershey's milk chocolates.
This is our live stream snacks for
and
tonight.
An even bigger bag of semi-sweet chocolates.
Semi-sweet, okay. What else we got in there?
The Cool Whip.
Cool Whip, good job.
Hershey's chocolate syrup with no high fructose.
Are you going to promise not to eat it all in one serving?
I promise not to eat it all in one serving.
What do you want?
This is not for you.
This is not for you, Fluffy.
No, you can't have.
All right,
chocolate.
what's the rest of the stuff in the bag?
Okay.
I'm going to come over there, Fluffy. Hold on.
My ice cream, chocolate fudge brownie.
Chocolate fudge brownie.
And you got Neapolitan.
You mean we both got chocolate fudge brownie and Neapolitan?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice try. But thank you.
You're welcome.
Good job, Kyle. Now, what does this thing want? Come here, give me the toy. He's got his squeaky toy. Come here. Come here. He's got his squeaky toy that Dana bought him. And all he wants to do, what? Stay. We got to show everybody. Stay. Hey, dummy, stay. This is all he wants to do all day is play catch. Good job, buddy. All right. That should mean we're going to win. All right, Sasquatch. Goodbye.
VERHAEGHE overtime! VERHAEGHE overtime! VERHAEGHE overtime!
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
All right, Panther fans, here we go. Come on. All right, here we go. I've been doing it all year. I've been misfiring. It must be nerve damage from last year's Stanley Cup final. So, game 2. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know, there were many a year, many a decades around here where we would have just been like tickled pink sunshine rainbows to be in the playoffs at all, let alone a game 2 in a series against one of the better teams in the league, and we had a lead, right? In fact, we haven't won our first playoff game of the first series since 1997 when we beat the Rangers, and we promptly lost 4 straight. Thank you for trading Stu Barnes. Now, in terms of this night, the only change I know of is Lomberg is sick, so he's out. Lorenz is going to draw in and not Gadjevich. Okay, I mean, Lorenz has looked good the last few times he's been on the ice. Very fresh legs. There's no doubt about that. He's noticeably quick. So, no harm, no foul there as much as I love Ryan Lomberg. Of course, I had to praise him in the last review, so he immediately threw up. In terms of Tampa, I'm just going to assume that at some point they're going to flip the switch and take it up another notch. I'm not saying they played bad the other night. I was going to say night, but it was day. So I'm not saying they played bad, but I think we all kind of know that they can play better, and I do believe the Panthers have another gear as well. So I would not be surprised to see Tampa kind of come out in that first 10 minutes that the Panthers had in Game 1. Wouldn't be surprised to see Tampa dominate for the first 5-7 minutes, get a goal, and then maybe Panthers have to tie it before the end of the first period, get that tied. We'll see. I'm expecting a push from Tampa at some point. Now, if it doesn't happen tonight, the Panthers get up 2-0, and we go back to Tampa up 2, at that point, you're definitely going to see a different Tampa team. I have no faith, I have no confidence that they are just going to take this lying down. They're just not going to do it. At some point, they are going to bite us, and that's when the series, I'm not saying the series hasn't started, but we'll see how this goes. Bubba, I can't give you the massage this morning, all right? Can't do it, Bubba, all right? We did that last game. No attention for Bob. You know, you just got to leave the goaltender right there. What do we need to see tonight from the Panthers? Well, stay out of the box. I know that's the most cliche thing in the world, but that really is the biggest part to this whole series. Now, in the last game, you got Tampa fans saying that a lot of calls were missed. I'm not going to argue for or against that simply because it's in the past. It doesn't matter. And we're going to see how the officials and everybody adjusts tonight. If they start calling it tighter and they start calling the little minor infractions that happen, after the whistle and whatnot, then Tampa's going to get some power plays. And, if water and oil don't mix, and they've got the best power play in the league. Panthers PK is good. I think it's 6 or 8 or something like that. So it's good, but it's not obscene. It's not impossible to score against us. So stay out of the box. Do what we did last game. Like I said, just skate this team to death. I'm not doing score predictions. So we're not doing that. But what I will say is that all of the series have played at least one game. Some of them have played 2. And we have yet to have an overtime game. Let's move on and see how this goes. All right, so it's 2-0 Panthers after 1. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What did I tell you about that third line? Huh? What did I tell you? The last game, it was Lundell drawing penalties by working hard. Tonight, Luosterainen draws one, gets the penalty, and we score in a power play to make it 2-0 after Bennett made it 1-0 earlier on in the game. Shots are 13-3 Panthers. Now, one thing that Tampa is trying to do is they're trying to connect on long stretch passes, which I don't know their offense enough to know if that's something out of the blue or if it's just another part to their game. They had one connect early on in the first period, and I said, what the hell was that? They've tried a few since then. They got 3 shots, so that tells you how it's going. All of that said, it's 2-0, and Panther fans, let's be honest. We've been watching this team all year, and let's just say we haven't been great with 2-0 leads. So this would be the perfect opportunity for the team to show us that, that stuff in the regular season, that didn't count. Don't worry about that. This is how we're going to keep the lead now and extend the lead. Let's move on. See how this... Come on, guys. We need to win this game. So it's 2-2 after 2. Now, the score being what it is the score being what it is. I cannot praise the goaltender in the middle of the game, so I will not break that rule here. Unfortunately, as you all know, Bennett blocked the shot with his hand, wrist. He has not come back. Forsling got knocked into the boards. He hit his knee. He's out there, but he ain't right. And so, what do we got? You got Lundell at 2C. That moves Stenlin to 3C. That's not Bennett Lundell. That does 2 things. Lundell is not the same player that Bennett is, so that dings that second line. And because Lundell is not on the third line anymore, that blows that massive advantage that we had with the third line. Stenlin's a nice player, but he's not Lundell. I won't get into what I think should or what happened. Should Bennett's going to, Bennett will be out a while, but I would, and then Forsling. Now Bennett, I think we could survive for a little while. Not that I want to. Don't get me wrong, but Forsling on one leg is not good. He's out there, but there's another man named Aaron Ekblad, and we are going to need him to play the role of Gustav Forsling. And I know some of you probably think he's not capable of doing that anymore, and maybe he's not. I don't know. But we're going to find out, because the reality of the situation is that Forsling is our number 1 defenseman, and he's hurt. He may not be injured, but he's hurt. And all in one period. All in one period. It's 2-0. His shots are 13-3. And now 2 of our best, most important key players are out or limited. But there is still one guy out there that can win this game for us. So, move on to third period. Hopefully things get better. Hopefully they don't get worse. Maybe I'll see you for overtime.
We are going to overtime!
So, we are going to overtime. who's enjoying this? Is anybody else that's going to have to play whoever wins this series? That's who's enjoying watching this, because this was just a great idea to have a 7-game series against Vasilevsky and let everybody get beat to shit in the first round. Beautiful idea. So, really good period of play. I'm not allowed to praise the goaltender during the middle of the game. I can't do that, all right? So if you came here looking for that, what I can say is that, yeah, that's nice. Remember the 4 overtime game that we had last year? Come on, bro. All right? How about 6 minutes into overtime? Who? Say it with me now. VERHAEGHE in overtime. How about we do that? All right? Yeah, good luck to either one of these teams trying to get a puck past either one of these bozos tonight. All right, let's see how this goes. And then there were 2. Yes! That's all we can do. Bubba. So for those of you who are new here, you wonder who the hell are the puppets? All right. This is, you all know Kermit. Kermit, put your ass out of the frame, Kermit. It's not that kind of show. He's gonna turn around again. Anyway, this is Bubba, who's Bob, who's Bobrovsky. All right. So yeah, he gets whatever the hell he wants for as long as he wants it. Holy crap! The dude literally he's got his face in the net. And he's on this side of the net, and he knows that somebody's coming from behind him. So instead of, and he knows he doesn't have time to turn all the way around, so he just stays backwards and dives and makes the save of the frickin' century. Holy crap, are you out of your frickin' mind with this guy? And Vasilevsky was just matching him. I mean, this was a great idea, Panthers, to go up against this freaking guy. But we get game 2, and that's going to help, because it's going to be everything that we can do to split in Tampa. If we can split in Tampa, we got a chance in game 5 at home to send this thing packing. But, Tampa is not going to be any joke, right? So, we got the injury issues. Now, Forsling, he didn't look so good when he came back. And then he went to the locker room, and then they put the magic dust and the magic juju on him, and he looked okay in the 3rd period. So, we'll see. If he had busted anything, he wouldn't be out there. So, hopefully, it's just a strain. And if he has to miss Thursday, that would not be great. But it looks like he's going to be okay-ish. Bennett, no word, obviously, right now. We're still streaming. They haven't said anything about Bennett. I'm sure you're just going to hear. We have to have it looked at. Maybe his hands swell up too much, and he couldn't get his glove on. Maybe that was an issue, right? ESPN had said he came to the bench and then left again, but we didn't get confirmation of that. I don't know what that's about. So, bottom line is, if you're worried about Bennett, you guys know I love Bennett. But if you watch the overtime game-winning goal by the way, what I say, I mean, it's not hard to predict, right? Okay, I mean, it's pretty much almost a guarantee. It's either going to be VERHAEGHE or Tkachuk. So there's no Jostradamus there. But if you watch the play where VERHAEGHE scores a game-winning goal again in overtime, Lundell was part of that. He helped keep the puck in, helped make the play. Lundell in Bennett's spot, that's still okay. All right, he's not Sam Bennett. Where I feel that hurts us, like I said, is now you got Stenlund at 3C, and that's not Lundell, and so that massive advantage we had on the 3rd line kind of gets dinged a little bit there. So Stenlund can hold his own, and he's a good player, but he's not the player Lundell is. So I still feel like we can win this series without Bennett. But if you start talking about having to get deep raw and, Canes, Rangers, Bruins, anything like that, you're going to need Sam Bennett. So let's just maybe by the time I'm done talking, they already said he'll be fine and just swell up, he'll be fine. So maybe we'll go with that way. What in the hell else do we see on the ice? Aaron Ekblad, except for the breakaway, I'm going to forgive him for not, boy, is he slow. I'm going to forgive him for not making the breakaway shot because he's Aaron Ekblad. But the rest of the night, he played really, really well. You can tell Forsling was laboring some, and Ekblad was doing a lot of the heavy lifting that Forsling normally did. And they didn't get any goals, okay? They might have got a lot of shots, but, you know, they didn't get any goals in the third period, right? And overtime, obviously. So there's that. Mikkola played a hell of a game. He must have blocked a half dozen shots with his skate tonight. He played a hell of a game. Larson played well. The third line, obviously, with Lundell was cooking again. Was Stellan. It wasn't so bad. I wouldn't say so bad. I don't mean that. What I mean is that it wasn't so bad, the difference between where they were. Luosterainen had about 14 opportunities and could not put the puck in the back of the net. We had chances. Let's just talk about that for a second. I lost count how many times the puck was just like loose within 6 inches of the crease, and I'm screaming because nobody was getting to it. Jeez. So there was a lot of that, and then of course, if you did get to it and you took what we all thought was going to be a definite goal shot, the dumbass, what is his name? Vasa, pain in the ass. He stopped every puck. Go away already. You got your 2 cups. Stop. And stop hurting our guys, too. Come on, man. So there was that. Tampa it was Jekyll and Hyde on defense for the Panthers. That's the second time in a row in the first period Tampa's hardly had any shots. Then they come out in the second period and they took it to us, and then I don't know how it wasn't. I know how the game was tied at 2, but I don't understand why it wasn't tied at like 5, because if you take into consideration the saves that Bubba and Vasilevsky made in the third period, it probably still would have gone to overtime, right? I mean, so that is what it is. But we had Vasilevsky in crappy position so many times, and he couldn't put it in. And you see, Bob was making out with the camera that's in the freaking net. I mean, he was backwards, and he said, "Hell with it! I'm just going to push up and stay backwards." And he made the save. I mean, I got to know from you, for you Lightning fans, did you jump off the couch? Like, did you know that the puck was going in the back of the net, so you jumped off the couch and then you left standing there like, how did it not go in? I got to know, because this happens to all of us. And then, of course, the goal in overtime. Who else? Who else would it be, right? I mean, the dude is just money in clutch situations, and that is why I feel confident about this series, even if we lose Bennett for a little while, because she's got so many clutch guys, right? So, what else? There was something else that I had wanted to mention. Oh, the 4 minute kill that we had there at the beginning of the third period. You cannot overlook that, right? And Forsling's out there, especially in the beginning of that third period, and he's trying to move in space. As you can see, he can skate straight. That's fine. He can skate, but when he's trying to have to move in space, I mean, you can see him grimacing while he's playing. You can tell he's favoring that knee. And he was out there doing his thing, man. That dude is an absolute beast. So hopefully he gets some rest. And put some ice on it, put some Windex on it, because we need you for we need you for Thursday, Gustav. Right? That's it. All right. Panthers have a 2-0 series lead. I still would like a word with whoever the idiot was that decided we wanted to play this team instead of the team with Samsonov. I know they beat Boston the other night, but just for my personal, for our Panther fans, for our hearts, why we got to play this Vasilevsky guy again? I'm tired of this guy already. Really am, man. Just leave us alone. Damn it. I can't count how many times it's like, how? And he just makes the save, So But I'm sure you guys kind of feel the same way about Bubba. So that's great. We're just going to do this 5 more games and just beat the living crap out of each other. So whoever we play in the next round will get dunked on because we got no bodies left. This real bright idea that we had here. All right, Panther fans, I will see you. Kyle and I will be live noon tomorrow, and then we'll do this all over again tomorrow with Boston and Toronto, which is a lot more relaxing for me. So, all right, Panthers, I can do it this time for kind of. It's not the same thing as 2 points, but that's 2.